Welcome to the live stream. My name is Eric. This is Video Lux Philippines, right? This is not your suburban comfort zone. This is the Philippines. This is Manila, where it's going to be next level lit. It's going to be your tropical fever dream, but it's also going to be a chaotic surface, a chaotic circus of what the F moments. Wow, can you tell I'm just wrecked again today? But it's not because I've been out drinking and more madness and nightlife, although we're going to get into that. It's because I've been doing consultations, and sometimes I do consultations at like 1 or 2 in the morning, especially if I'm consulting with guys from the European Union or the UK. Legend Alexander, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I do need some island time, and that will be coming up in a couple months after my busy season, which is now. I spend a month at the beach every summer. It's beautiful. What I need is some regular sleep. I actually sleep a lot. Well, I should say I sleep when I want, which to me is the ultimate flex because I could not do that in the US, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. The reason why it's good is because, hey, man, like, it's like, you know what? I need to take a nap. Like, that's a very low stress lifestyle. And the reason why it's bad is because it screws up your schedule, especially if you want to be disciplined, especially if you have stuff in the Pomodoro system. You're down to 15 minutes. You've got your goals and milestones for the day. Good day, Kiwi Neil. Thank you for joining. You might have looked at the name of the live stream and said to yourself, "What the heck is an AFAM?" An AFAM. It's an acronym, and what it means is a foreigner at Manila. And you don't have to be an expat to be an AFAM. I mean, you could be here for 1 week, you could be here for 1 day, 2 weeks, whatever. If you're a foreigner, you're in Manila, you're an AFAM. And Filipinas, and maybe probably Filipinos, will refer to you as an AFAM, not usually directly, but when they converse amongst themselves. I saw one of your videos about Puerto Galera. What do you mean they require hotel reservations to get on the island now? Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has changed since lockdown. Basically, it's that simple, man. And here's usually how I do it. I just go to Agoda and I'll book usually when we go to Puerto Galera now, we have everything set up. We've rented for the month, that kind of thing. But if you were just going for a weekend, just go on Agoda and find the cheapest hotel on White Beach and get a reservation and have the reservation on your phone. And then when you get to the island, they're going to check you in. You got to pay your environmental fee. You got to pay your, whatever. And just show them the reservation for the little hotel you're at. It's that simple. Singapore Dan, thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate that. Frankie, you too. You guys are always supporting the stream. I appreciate that. I say a lot of times, you guys are the lifeblood of the channel, because you're the core group of subscribers that actually watches the content. What I mean by that is, if you look at my analytics, man, things have been going well, things have been blowing up, but only 9% of my subscribers are watching content, or at least signed in. Yeah, the environmental fee used to be 50 pesos, and now it's like 250 pesos. So again, AFAM. What the hell is an AFAM? A foreigner at Manila. It's just an acronym that Filipinos and Filipinas use to describe foreigners that are living in or visiting Manila. Oh yeah, Roshan, man. Speaking of Roshan, who just joined the stream, he is a gentleman that is coming to the Philippines, and we did a consultation for a nightlife tour, and I have to send you some information, sorry. But I'll handle all that today. I was saying, like, when I turned on the stream, I'm like, boy, you look rough, son. And it's not because of nightlife. It's because of sleep. Sleep has been inconsistent. Yeah, like I was saying, sometimes I'm doing consults with guys in the UK, the EU. We do that like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And this week's going to be rough. Starting tonight is a night 1 of 4 in a row nightlife tours, which I'm grateful for. Thank you again, guys, for your confidence in me and watching the videos and wanting to really experience that just infectious, contagious energy of Manila at night. We're going to get all that done. Another name for the mayor tax. Yeah, the environmental fee. I mean, granted, yeah, who the hell knows what they spend that on? But it's like that everywhere. There's one in Boracay. In the Philippines, there's a fee for everything. Like, you go to Boracay, you want to use a bathroom, it's like 5 pesos. Wait, 5 pesos for number one, 10 pesos for number two. I mean, they break it down. When it comes to fees, the Philippines has got any country in the world beat. Talk about nickel and diming you. Oi, Mark Angel, you're heading over. Cool, man. It's a really nice time of year to be here. What place do you recommend to stay in Makati that don't hassle you for your visitors? Well, the Lee's Inn has never hassled me, and it's cheap and it's small and it's right in Poblacion. Red Doors has never hassled me, and it's cheap and small and it's right in Poblacion. If you're in a nice place like I Am Hotel or City Garden Grand, they're not going to hassle you because you're paying a lot to stay there. I've never been hassled at, God, I always forget the name of it. Geez. The best thing you can do is, one, when you book your room, book for double occupancy, and two, call or email the hotel and be like, look, I'm a businessman. I'm in town. I got people in and out of my room. Is there a problem with visitors in my room? Is there any limitation on me having people come into the hotel, use the conference room facilities, or visit me in my room and or use, I don't know, the roof deck? Just like throw it all in there, lump it all in there. Ask them, what are your limitations on visitors in the room or in the hotel complex? And they will tell you. What the hell's the name of that hotel? God, I can't remember. Anyway, I have a video up on the channel called, like, our budget hotels, like, nightmare, like, shitholes in Manila or something like that. And so some of them are. And some of them are really nice. Like I said, the Lee's Inn, Red Doors, it's nothing special, but it's cheap, and I've never had a hassle there. Never had a hassle at I Am. Never had a hassle at City Garden Grand. Never had a hassle at, God damn, can't remember. I'll put it up in the video description later. Just got back from the Philippines. Was called AFAM for the first time. Yeah, AFAM, right? A foreigner at Manila. And we're going to talk about today why you need a protocol for picking up women, and or a protocol or a script, really, for picking up women, and then the protocol. So it's script, then protocol. You're going to be partying on the 14th. Wow. It's a great time to be here. That's all I can say. The videos gave you some good insight. Now, man, insight's what it's all about. That's why I do these consultations. And let me tell you, I've had a lot of consultations and I've had a lot of tours over in November and in going into December, just booking up like crazy. And it's like that every year, and that's great. Thank you for that. But even so, and even giving these guys advice, I've had 2 guys get, I'm going to say, scammed, or worked over, or given a hard time. And I'm going to tell you those stories today. No names. It's like, no matter how good the advice, they're finding new ways to, like, to screw you over. And of course, guys have to follow the advice. That's the other. Yeah, how's that's not coming back, man? How's that? It was great. That was like a little expat bar right in Poblacion. It was a pub vibe, a UK pub vibe. You get good fish and chips in there. You get a good pint in there. You can get cider in there. They blew it during lockdown. Legend Alexander, thank you so much for your incredibly generous live stream contribution, guys. Live, the super chats, that's what they call them here on YouTube. The super chats are open. You can make a donation to the channel. Chris Brown, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Chris was in Manila a couple of months ago, not even. And we did a couple of nights out. And I would say Chris is a success story. I know he had a good time. Matter of fact, there's just editing a video, Chris, and you're in it, and you were working a fine lady there. If you have a problem being on YouTube, you should let me know now before I post that. Yeah, Chris had a similar experience, although he successfully navigated the potential issue there. And we're going to again talk about the script today, and we're going to talk about the protocols. A lot of guys get an Airbnb and find out they can't or have guests. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I tell you guys, like, have a freaking consultation with me before you come here, and I will get you straight. Like, I will tell you what questions to ask at the Airbnb, and there's a whole list of them. Not like I couldn't make a video on it, but come on. Oh, there's so many little perils and pitfalls in Manila. It's such a great place to be. But there are things that you want to navigate. I tell you, you pay for a consultation, but I'll save you 5 or 10 times that, when you get to Manila. Some guys don't have the issue, they go straight up, they go straight into the nice hotel. They don't have to deal with it, or they've already asked those questions or but some guys, like first time here, they just don't know to ask. 15171. You stayed at Royal Bellagio. I've never been there. 8 days. Did you have any trouble getting guests into your room, considering you even had guests? Advice kind of falls away after a few drinks. That's true, especially when she looks fine. Geez, there was one that looked so fine the other night. We didn't even know she wasn't a girl. All right. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, he had a good time out with us, and we had a good time out with him. Memories. That's one of the wonderful things about doing the nightlife tours and getting to meet guys. Is just like, it's just memories, and like I'll look back and look in a video and I'll see if a new friend or and I'll remember that night. Let's make a small PowerPoint and send it to guys who do a consultation with the questions. That's a great idea. Legend of Alexander. You're right. You should always have a freebie giveaway, right? Isn't that the new social media, hook, line, and sinker thing? Do a consultation with me and I'll send you my free PDF on how not to get screwed by a Filipina, or how to get screwed right. Exactly. Made sure with my dad. Yeah. You gotta make sure to ask those questions. The other question you want to ask is, are your facilities open? Because like you'll get there and they're like, oh, sorry, sir, pool's closed for 6 months. What the fuck? Sorry, sir, 2 elevators are down. Only 1 elevator working now. Sorry. Mike G, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, that's why I say, like, especially if you guys are channel members, definitely make the time to have a call with me before you come here. Because like I've had channel members be like, hey, I'll be in Manila, in 2 weeks. And then like they're like, I'm here. I'm like, dude, but where was our call? Like, and yeah, the hotel will ask you to register your video for safety. And that's, where'd you say it was? It was Berjaya. No, it wasn't Berjaya. It was City Garden Grand has always been good for me too. You said you stayed at Royal Bellagio. Royal Bellagio, I think, is right on P. Burgo Street. And yeah, they're just going to say, have the girl sign in. And we'll talk about that as part of the protocols. get a hotel just a couple of days initially in case you don't like it. It's easy to add days. Yeah, depends on the time of year. Like December's tough, man. It's just so busy here. But that's not bad advice, Orion. You think about Azures. I don't know Azures. I can check it out. Uh, yeah, man, we had a good time. We always have a good time. All right, so AFAM, a foreigner at Manila. You're a foreigner at Manila if you're a foreigner in Manila. It doesn't matter if you're here one day, 10 days, whatever, right? All right, why the need for a script? And I'll give you an example of a new friend of mine that was out for a nightlife tour recently. Now, this was a uh, there's no ranking when it comes to nightlife tours. I mean, some guys pay a lot to go out, and some guys don't. Um, I don't really care. Like we go out all the time. It's not like I need to have VIP all the way. And usually, what I'll try to do is try to get whether you're on a tour or it's two tours or you're just on a tour and I got like, hey, I got a bro in Manila. He wants to go out tonight. He wants to do the club. You guys want to split. Like, and then it's like, if you split, it's not so much. You get a VIP. You just kind of like work it in. Everyone chips in and then you just sort of upgrade your situation. You get to meet a new friend or two. But some guys are like, nah, I don't care about that. Just get the reservation, get the table. Let's throw down, bring a couple girls. And this guy was like that. And on top of that, he's like, you know what? Let's get some champagne, which is not cheap in clubs. And then like when the champagne starts coming over, the staff immediately they know us all there. They're like, all right, we're upgrading you to this table. And then the whole crew moves over to the big table. And then it's like there's some epic nights here. So this guy meets a nice girl at the club. And when I say a nice girl, this is a girl that came with a girl we know. So a girl we know brought two girls. Well, I should say it's a girl that Chad knew. And Chad from CB Media in Thailand is a friend of ours, friend of the channel. When Chad's in Manila, we usually kind of hang, and he's always got some kind of connection or something. But he knew a girl, and he invited her to the spot, and she had two friends. And my new friend connects with one of his friends, and they're like, chatting and kind of canoodling and just spending the night together. And it looked like everything was going great, and it was. And it looked totally organic, totally cool. They had a connection, and don't doubt that it wasn't a valid connection. All right, I could tell. You could see with the body language. And then like it eventually comes to the point where we're splitting, or they decide to split, or something like that. And she's like, "Hey, I like you. You want to like hang out more? You want to like spend the night together, kind of thing?" And he's like, "Hell yeah." So they go back to his room and they're up in the room. And then she's like, "I'm not for free." Okay. I get that. I totally get that. And before I tell you the rest of the story, let's just talk a little bit about perspective. All right. You're in Manila for a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, 3 days. There's some incredible Filipinos here that are sweet and smart and want an AFAM boyfriend more than anything. And they could be loyal, and they could be, or they could be players, or they could want 10 boyfriends. It's just like they're going to go through the mix, go through the selection until they find a guy that they think they could be a partner with. And I get that. That's part of their game. I don't like it. I'm gonna coach you how to figure out if that's happening, and if it is happening, how to put an end to it if you decide you want her to be your girl. Because just because she's doing it doesn't mean she's not quality and isn't quality girl material. She's just playing the game that she's been taught to play, because this is how girls play it here. When you're an AFAM, you are in another class, and that class is rotational, unless you can throw down and iron out some of this nonsense. And a lot of that is vetting, and that's really hard to do unless you're living here. Um, But there's ways around that. So where am I going with this? I am not advocating that you hook up with freelancers. Okay, there are freelancers in Manila, and the wonderful thing about freelancers in Manila is if they like you, and it's close to the end of the night, and they didn't get any bites on their hook because they're fishing. They actually will tell you, "I'm fishing." They'll go with you for free, or they'll just be like, "Well, look, I'm not for free, but I like you, so just give me 2,000 pesos, which is like what, $35." Um, so I'm like, tell guys, look, you get to spend the night with this, hottie, right? Under 25, whatever, under 21 sometimes. And she wants $35 to spend the night with her. That's not even dinner back home. That's like two cocktails back home, maybe three. I don't know. You mean to tell me you spend 35 to take her out on a date and buy her three cocktails, but you won't spend 35 to take her home and If they like you, they will cut the price. They're not professional escorts. They're what I call opportunistic freelancers. They know they like foreigners. They know they want to meet foreigners. They know that foreigners tend to have money. So there's just this automatic default that says, I'm not for free. It doesn't make her a hooker to say, I'm not for free. It just makes her opportunistic. And this is the culture. This is what they teach you about foreigners. AFAMs have money. They think you have a magic fucking tree in your pocket that grows money. Now, granted, the US dollar goes far here and prices are cheaper here. So it's not like there's some, mystery to that. So, yeah, would you love to come to Manila and would you love to have a wonderful, loyal girlfriend? And you can still get that. I've got plenty of success stories where guys come in and they meet one girl, she falls for him, they connect, they spend their whole 2 weeks together, and she cries her eyes out when he has to leave. Don't leave me, I love you. Filipinos fall in love fast. It's not like you're not going to meet an organic girl, but you're more likely to meet a freelancer and you might really like her. And she might really like you. So once you kind of do your initial, all right, here's your 2,000 or 3,000 pesos, honey. And then you wake up the next morning with her and you're like, hey, look, let's go to breakfast. And then you have a nice conversation and you're like, hey, you know what? I don't have any plans tonight. Why don't you come to dinner with me? And then I'm going to meet this guy. His name's Video Lux. Why don't you come out with us? Like I've had guys do that too. And once the freelancer knows that you're cool and they'll be taking you out to dinners and nice nights in the club or wherever, or just chilling, dancing, movie night, they don't care. They'll hang with you. All right, so back to the story. So guy gets girl back in the room and she's like, I'm not for free. Now, this guy was super nice and money was not an object for him. So he's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. How much? And whatever their transaction was. And it probably wasn't cheap. It was probably, I would say the going rate for a freelancer is usually between 3,500 and 5,000 pesos. But girls will ask for 10,000 straight up. In which case, look, honey, part of your script will be like, yeah, 10,000. I'm sorry. I wish you'd have told me this before. I'm not doing 10,000. How about 5,000? Or how about 4,000? No, they're like, I'll do it for 5. We're like, all right, sold, done, and then you have an agreement. But you got to get that agreement in writing. But no one's going to sit down and write a contract. That means protocol time. All right, so here's the script. Before I get into the script, I told the story, all right? Basically, it's like, guy connects with girl. It's organic connection. They seem nice. They like each other. They go back to the room. She's like, I'm not for free. Now he's like, what the hell? I wasted half my night with you. Now you're back in my room. They're basically waiting to get you back there. This is their trap. This is the hook. This is it's the end of the night. You already left your friends for me, and I'm here now, and I'm looking hot. I hope you're desperate enough to just pay and do whatever it is we do once we do that, right? Check the comments real quick. Dimples bar scam, my friends. A ridiculous price. We'll talk about ladies' drinks. That's part of your protocol. Simon Schmalls, thank you for bringing that up. Now, when you say it's a Dimples bar scam or a Bottoms bar scam or whatever club bar scam, I've had guys tell me Lips bar scam. I can guarantee you Lips does not bar scam you. what is going on is that you don't understand the protocols in the bar, and therefore, because of that, you get taken advantage of. That's not a scam. That's because you went into the situation without all the knowledge you needed, and we'll talk about that today. And I'm sorry about that. Have a consultation with me. That's like, it'll save you 10 times as much. There will be no bar scams. Met a Buccaneers like 2 weeks ago. You're with the group of American boys. I remember you. Yeah. Did we do the backwards hat thing? Was that night? I was checking that video out the other day. Yes, I'm coming out this weekend. I have nightlife tours every night this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think Friday is a big throwdown night in the club with a bunch of boys in from Miami. They weren't good. They're going VIP all the way. And then that same night, I got a bunch of boys in that have been traveling Europe. I wanted to book them. I've been talking to this guy for months. The one night that I wanted to book him, I'm booked. I'm like, I tell my girl, I'm like, you know what? You get 2 of your hottest girls, make sure they look fine. You take these boys out to the other club. So I got 2 tours on one night. My girl's taking the one group of boys out. I'm taking the Miami boys out. It's going to be epic. And then Saturday, I have a guy that reserved, but he hasn't paid. So I got to contact him today. Yeah, Jay, we'll be out, man. If you see us, definitely hit me up. Yeah, Chad's been nuts, man. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, Roshan, check the comments, man. Like I had a couple guys in town or in the comment section that have been out. Sometimes you need a plan and know the area. Well, yeah, you don't always need a plan in Manila. The thing I say about Manila all the time is I love Manila because you never know what's going to happen, even when you have a plan. Just like you never know who you're going to meet. Like I'll meet a guy out. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? They're like, bro, I got a VIP at Royal and like join. It's like, okay. I'm like, hey guys, you want to go to Royal? I'm like, all right, chip in if you want. And then so you try to chip in, and so many guys like, nah, sorry, that's all right. And some of the guys are like, they'll take the money and give it to me or give it to my girl, and I'm like, don't say no. I'm like, I got 3 rules. You never say no to the 3 Ds, right? You don't say no to dinner, you don't say no to drinks, and you don't say no to dinero. Actually, I probably have more rules than that, but yes, we were the backwards hat gang. Because I get guys telling me, I mean, not that I have a problem being bald, and like sometimes like I can do it upright and like look like one of those like I'll be like, I'm an MMA fighter, like one of those weird dudes. When I first grew the beard and shaved my head, I used to think I looked like a freaky wrestler. Maybe because when I was a kid, the only guys that had shaved heads and big beards were wrestlers, but I never thought it was very stylish. But in Manila, I don't know. During the day, yeah, we wear the hats like this because it's the sun protects you. It's bright here. But in the club, it's just like, hey, baby, like the thing gets in the way. You got it kind of conditioned to block for the sun and stuff. Most people wear their hats like this, but every now and then I get this comment on YouTube where some guy's like, he's like, dude, he's like, the hat is so like passe. He's like, you're not in high school anymore. You're not on the batting up team anymore. Like, he's like, get with the program, get some style. You look like a jackass. And I'm like, bro, this ain't United States. All right. This is not your little suburban backyard fashion plate. Like, it's hot here. We're sweating here. I want to wear a hat. What's the problem? I'm a one trick pony when it comes to fashion. T-shirt, jeans, sneakers, sometimes boots, and a hat. It's like sometimes I wear it forward, sometimes I wear it back. Like, why does it upset you that I'm wearing a backwards hat? So this guy Jay, we met him, a bunch of U.S. serves guys, and they were sitting at the same table we were at when we went out one night. We started chatting, and I think they recognized me, and that's how we started chatting. But I noticed every single one of the guys there that was wearing a hat backwards. So I did this little video segment where we're the backwards hat club, because it's not like it's cool and it's not like it's not cool. It's just, we're just fucking wearing our hats backwards. Chill out, bros. You get a table by yourself. Will girls want to come and chill with you? Yeah, sure. I used to go into Royal and get myself a standing table, throw a bottle, a couple mixers on it, maybe a plate of, hummus or something. You're right in the middle. Dude, so easy to meet chicks. Now, I'm not going to go in and get a VIP couch alone, but I'll get a standing table alone. Although, and I've done that, and I know friends that do that because, like, that is literally the quickest way. Like, you're alone at a table in the middle of this club, not for long. But I'm also very friendly. I also turn to the table next to me. I high five this table. I don't care if it's a group of alternative lifestyle young men, if you know what I'm saying. I'll be like, hey, bro, what the fuck? Put my arm around them. They're like, oh my God, the fire is touching me. Wee. Like it takes all kinds of Manila. I don't care if they're like, I don't know, are you a girl? Are you a boy? I don't know. You're kind of cute. Hey, cheers, whatever. Like, I am super friendly. I'll be like, you guys, you're cute. You want a shot? Like, I start pouring shots. Like, you just got to be outgoing. And I've seen guys sitting at tables in a club like this, like, I'm like, bro, you're in Manila. What's with the sourpuss? Rule number one, big smile all the time. You have a big smile on your face, and it's going to come pretty naturally if you're kind of open to the vibe. Like, big smile. Everyone's going to wonder what the hell you're smiling about. What's that crazy ass over there smiling about, sitting all alone at his table drinking shots? Like, I want some of what he ate for dinner, All right, we got to get back to the script. 30 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about the script. Right, who doesn't love a free drink? Tom W, I appreciate that you appreciate it. Thank you for joining the stream and mentioning that. Yeah, the hat. You knew it was me from 50 feet away. Yeah, I walked into the hotel. He was waiting in the lobby, and definitely 50 feet away. And he laughed when he saw me. He's like, bro, you are a one-trick pony, man. He's like, literally look like you just stepped out of your video. I'm like, I know me. Black t-shirt, backwards hat, jeans. That's me. Yeah, I don't get fancy here. I'm not a fancy AFAM. And there are fancy AFAMs. And I'll tell you, some of these guys look sharp. Some of them have super hot girlfriends. Like, it's not like you can't get away with dressing sharp in Manila. Having a chaperone is the way to go. Mr. Silver, welcome to the stream. I have Mr. Silver's, I would say, one of my top 3 boys here in Manila. He is an AFAM. He is a class act AFAM that has actually helped me out a lot. I don't ask for help a lot in Manila, but I was stuck for something once, and Sam was a man that swooped in and hooked me up. And even if he hadn't, we've known each other for a while. We met organically, like in a club one night, like randomly, and we've literally been friends ever since. We've even had some drama, like girls. Like, I'm chatting on this girl. Little do I know that girl was dating him, or maybe not dating, but connecting. And then like that girl starts sending him the texts between me and her. And then the next day he's like, bro, why is she sending me your fucking text? I'm like, wait, you know this chick? And like, I don't know what she was trying to do. She was trying to throw a wrench into our friendship or whatever, but we took it in stride. I was just like, bro, that's just some weird shit. He's like, yeah, that's weird. And I'm like, anyway, you saw the text. It's not like I got anything to hide. And there was no hookup. So, but the story didn't end there. Like the chapters continued at different levels. Like, Manila is always next level. You never know what's going to happen. Sam, having a chaperone who knows all the spots, all the people, comes with a lot of social proof. It is definitely a hack to skip the learning curve. And I got guys in the chat stream that will attest to that. Sam's an old pro now. He doesn't need a chaperone, but he could be a fantastic chaperone. And we've done the whole gig a lot. Like, I'd be like, hey, like last weekend, I'm like, Sam, we got a table at Royal, stop by, I had a nice channel member in town, got a whole table. We had a bunch of seats. Sam stops by. We have a nice drink. A month or 2 before that, Sam's like, hey, bro, I got a table at Royal. He's like, stop by. I'm like, yep, I roll in, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you almost never know what's going to happen in Manila. Makati places where foreigners are, or more locals where you stand out. Is it better to go to Makati places where foreigners are? Well, that depends on your level of confidence. That depends on whether you can speak Tagalog. Not that you need to speak Tagalog. I still got to get back to the script here. And that depends on your level of confidence and game. And Sam being in the stream reminds me of Bolhole, because Bolhole is a club in Manila that we don't often go to, but I know Sam and some of his friends go there because it's all like young college girls, and they're younger men, so they have probably a better shot at connecting with girls like that. But Bolhole is not the kind of club where a foreigner is going to roll into and be like, they're going to roll in and be like, what the F is going on here? It's just a bunch of crazy young Pinoys partying and partying to the point where they just roll out of the club and throw up on the street. Yeah, it's the kind of crew that hasn't quite learned how to drink yet. And we've had some epic nights in there and met hot chicks. But breaking the ice in a place like that is kind of weird. Like, how are you going to break into a table? It's got 2 Pinoy guys and 3 Pinoy girls. You're like, well, I know one of them's single, unless one of those guys is a real king. So you got to break into that table. Well, the first thing I do is I'll catch the eye of one of the guys at the table. I'll be like, hey, how you doing? I'll give him a toast. I'll come over. I'll like high five him. I'll be like, what's up, bro? How you doing? These your friends? Hey, introduce me around, And then from there you work in. It's not better or worse. The con for going to a bar where you've got more foreigners is you probably got younger guys, more buff guys. You got more competition in a bar where there's foreigners. And that means you still need to have that same game, and you still need to be bold, and you need to strike first, because if you don't, they will. Because the more the night goes on, the more the girls drink, and the more open they get to, well, let's just say suggestion. Beer goggles work both ways. Oh, Sam, if anyone's ingratiated, it's me, man. You really hooked us up in our time of need. We're very thankful to you for that. And your Japanese booze night, your Japanese whiskey night, I think you were talking about doing that the 29th. Oh, God, I wish I could squeeze that in. I got 2 tours that night, and Nikki's running one, and I'm running the other, and I think it's supposed to start at like 7:30. There's just no way I'm going to be able to squeeze it in. But if you're willing to reschedule, I would love to come out. It was God, what the fuck was her name? I shouldn't say it on the stream, and I can't remember offhand, but I can picture her face. Let's just say, Sam, she had big you know what I mean? Oh, you only go to Bolhole if you're with locals. I didn't know that. I swear I've seen Jack rolling out of there like straight up solo with one of his boys. All right, the script, what you've been waiting for, and then we'll get into the protocol. So the script is very simple. You're gonna meet that girl, okay, in a club or in a bar or wherever, and you're gonna do your initial game. You're gonna break the ice. Like I did this thing with my girl the other day. We were in the store. I kind of snuck up on her while she was looking for shampoo, right? And I kind of just went up to her real smooth. And then sometimes we play this little game. I'm like, I just like break. Here's my icebreaker. I'm like, oh, I highly recommend that shampoo. And she looks at me and she's like, hee. And I'm like, hi, I'm Eric. Nice to meet you. And then like she plays along. She shakes my hand. And I'm like, I used to buy that shampoo all the time, but I don't need it anymore. And then she laughs, right? If you can get a girl to laugh, like you're right in, right? So you're going to have your little game, your little icebreaker game, which literally in Manila can be like, hey, how you doing? I caught your eye. I just want to say hi. You look great tonight. What's your name? Like, it's that easy. I say there's no such thing as getting shot down in Manila, because Manila is such a friendly town. All you're doing is saying hi. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm just saying hi. Like I've walked up to girls literally, like I catch their eye and I walk up to them. As soon as they see I'm approaching, they'll go, like, I don't want you. Like, stay away. I'm not interested. Or they'll go, and I'm like, and I just break the ice. Do you remember the old sales icebreaker? Hi, how you doing? Hey, look, I'm just saying hi. Being friendly. It's Manila. What's up? Hey, catch you later. Psh, on to the next. There's no such thing as getting shot down in Manila. So when you come to Manila, you got to say, I can't get shot down. I'm just walking around saying hi. There's no fear factor anymore. There's no, oh my God, what if she says no? Not that most grown men have that anxiety. I did when I was a young man. I was petrified to approach girls, but In Manila, that paradigm doesn't exist. So the script, you meet the girl, you do the icebreaker, you're in, you've been chatting for 5 minutes. There's a couple ways to do this. Usually I'll say, oh, you here with friends tonight? Yeah, here's my friend. Oh, give me an introduction. Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. So what's up next for you girls? You're like going to a club, going to this, going to that, like fishing a little bit, right? We're just, I don't know, seeing what happens. I was like, okay. And I'm like, oh, wait, I should probably ask because my friend mentioned something about this, but you're not working, right? And if they're going to give you a variety of answers to that. What do you mean working? We're in a bar having a couple of drinks. Oh, well, I've been told that some girls come to these clubs and they like look for foreigners, like work, like they're looking for clients. Like you kind of play it like, I heard this is the case. Is it true? You're literally just having a conversation with them. And then they'll either be like, oh yeah, I'm working tonight. Like they'll tell you straight up because they don't want to waste their time. They want a client that's going to pay. All right. Philly and the Philippines, welcome to the channel. We're talking about scripts and protocols today. We just actually touched into the script. There's 2 levels of the script. All right. In case you guys don't know, Philly in the Philippines is also from Philadelphia, like me. We're two Philly boys in the Philippines, and he ran a big channel out of Angeles City for a long time. Some really good information about Angeles up there, and now they're living in Siargao, which I call the new party beach capital of the Philippines. Philly, off the subject, I watched a promotion for Siargao the other day on, I don't know, Instagram or something, and it shocked me. It looked like a great party. It was a cool bar, all the stuff, but it was literally a foreign sausage festival. Like it was like all young foreign dudes with like sprinkled with a couple of white chicks. And I was just like, is this really what it's like? And they showed like 4 bars in the promo, and it was all young white dudes and Caucasian chicks, right? I was just like, where's the Filipinos? I don't know. Who maybe they're marketing to young men that like other young men. I don't know. But anyway, the script. All right, so you've got your first basic level of script, which is to worm out of her, is she a freelancer? That's all you want to know. And again, no problem with being a freelancer. You're only in Manila for 3 days. You want to pay to play? That's on you. You don't want that? Now you know this isn't the girl for you tonight. If you do want that, then you can have the conversation. You can continue the conversation. And at that point, if I was interested in a freelancer, I wouldn't be like, oh, really? How much? Like you never go there. You just be like, oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. I just wanted to know because I like, I just want to know what's going on. And once again, very nice to meet you. So tell me more about yourself. Are you in school? Where you live? Like you just continue the conversation. Like, oh, you're a freelancer. Okay, it's all good. I got that. I'm interested in you. But you're not talking about how much at this point. I always say don't overstay your welcome. Like when I roll through the clubs, I do my social thing. I do my high fives. Like I break in, I get a shot, whatever. Not that I'm looking for shots, but guys are just constantly pouring shots. I don't hang out at the table for 10 minutes. I'm like, hey guys, you know what? I'll be back. I got a friend of mine. And that's what I'll tell the girl after 5, 10, 15 minutes of chatting with her. All right, I know she's a freelancer. She knows I'm interested. Unless I'm going to seal the deal right now, I'm going to not overstay my welcome. I'll be like, you know what, honey, I'll be right back. I got some friends I got to check on. And then I'll roll around. Now, granted, I do have friends I can check on. So, it might be a little different for me, but it's the concept of scarcity, right? It's just like, look, I like you. I'm into you. I'm not a sure bet for you, honey, but see what happens. Now you are on her radar. And the next time you circle around, she's going to be like, you know what I mean? Sam, if you're still in the chat, you can dispute this and or validate it if you want. Sam's got some killer game. And I don't mean game like we're playing a game. It's just a term, all right, But in a lot of ways, it is the dating game. So the first level of your script is literally to determine if she's working. All right, what happens if she's lying straight up? Because that is part of the issue. That brings in script number 2, all right? a lot of girls, no matter how many times you verify with her, hey, you sure you're not working? You sure you're not a money girl? Like, say it however you want. And I've said it all these ways. I'm like, look, I am not interested in giving anyone money to spend time with me. Like, if you like me, I like you. I would love to spend time with you. We can do all that, but I am not paying you to spend time with me. Are we clear? And they're like, yeah, clear. It's all good. And they get back to your room like, I'm not for free. So here's how you get around that. When it comes time to have the let's go back to my room conversation, you reiterate one more time, but you do it real hardcore. And you do it like this. Hey, look, I really like you. I would love to spend a night with you. Let's have a great night together. You know what? You wanna we can do room service. We can watch Netflix and get room service. We can go out to breakfast. We can do all that stuff. You are setting the ground to let her know that you're going to care for her. You're going to be, let's say, generous with her. And in that, after you set that little expectation, you want to get room service, it's on me. We got it. Netflix, room service, go out to breakfast, whatever you want, like that, right? I'm a nice guy. I want to spend time with you. I want to spend quality time with you. That is the message you're sending. And in the next sentence, you say, but I do not pay girls to spend time with me. If you like me for me. And that's got to be good enough. And if you ask me for money when we get up to the room, I'm going to call security and have you escorted out. And at that time, she is now understands she's on thin ice if she wants to play the, well, I'm not for free game with you. Now, here's where the protocol comes in. You're bringing her back to the hotel room, all right? In the elevator, or you need to take your phone out. I'm serious about this. I am dead serious about this. You need to turn on the phone, whether it's audio recorder or just video recording in your pocket. And you need to keep it recording, okay? And I will tell you the story as to why. So I have another friend out just last weekend. Nice guy, good game, confident. He's got 2 girls. They're all over him to the point where, like, I'm like, girls don't usually lap dance you in the bar unless they're your drunk girlfriend. Someone that's trying to hook up with your drunk girlfriend or a freelancer. A girl you meet for the first time, and I'm not saying I haven't met a girl with a girlfriend for the first time and taken them home for free. I'm not saying that hasn't happened, and I'm not saying that won't happen. It hasn't happened in a while, but I also haven't been single in a while. And I pull him aside. I'm like, bro, you sure, man? I mean, like, come on, she's lap dancing. You're like, these girls are pretty easy. He's like, yeah, that's the whole idea. He's like, they're easy. I already talked to them. It's for free. I'm like, okay. I know you know your game. I mean, you've been here before. It's not like you don't know what's going on. How do I make this long story short? Get back to the room. All right, I'm just going to tell you the story. Get back to the room. They're starting to fool around. The girl won't take her panties off. And he's like, what's up? And they're like, well, we're trans. And he's like, ugh, what the fuck? And this is not uncommon, guys. Not uncommon at all. I'll tell you another story. Same week, same night. Okay. So he's like, look, I didn't know, and I'm not interested. Okay. So these girls get pissed off and they leave. And then 10 minutes later, they're banging on his door with the security guard demanding money. And I'm like, the fuck, bro? Like, what did you do? He's like, well, I had to pay them. I'm like, no, absolutely not. You didn't have to pay them. Why would you have to fucking pay them? And he's like, it was a scene. It was this, it was that. He's like, I just wanted it to go away. So those girls were in on it with the security guard. They probably gave him part of the money that they got from him. I kind of unloaded on him a little bit. I'm like, you should have had that fucking guy fired. You should have had the manager come up. You should have threatened to call the police. Like, there were so many levels of shit he could have done to get rid of that. Okay. But if you'd have been recording the whole time, it wouldn't have been an issue. Right? On the way up in the hotel room, I'm recording. So, girls, look, we agreed to come home together. You guys want to fool around, I guess, like we were making out in the bar and stuff. But we're very clear, right? This is not for money, right? You're not going to ask me for money. There's no problems, no anything like that. And at that point, they're going to say, oh, well, actually, we changed our mind. Yeah, we need money. Don't even let them in your room. Just like, oh, really? Well, look, I'm not interested. Thanks for coming back with me. I'm going to leave now. And then they're like, no, you need to give me taxi money. They're going to get nasty on you. You're recording now. Okay. They will get nasty on you and they will threaten to scream. I'm going to scream until security comes unless you give me taxi money now. They are going to hardcore fucking threaten you straight out to make a scene. They don't give a fuck if they make a scene. And they know that most foreigners, and most foreigners do, capitulate and give them money. I've had guys like they'll reach in their pocket, they'll pull out 1,000 or like a couple hundred or 500 or whatever, and they'll just throw it down the hall and go to the exit and run down 3 floors and like just walk, walk around for like 10 minutes before they go back up to their room. Or go down to the lobby and go to security and be like, there's 2 girls upstairs threatening me and saying they're going to scream if I don't give them money. Like you can talk to the security at the hotel. You're the guest. You're the one paying. And if the security guard handles it, give him the 500 or 1,000. It's like what they say on the street. Like when they mug you, you take out your wallet and you throw it and then you run. Right? They want your wallet. They don't want you. It's the same thing. Not that you're going to take out your wallet and throw it at a hooker in a hotel room, but all right, let's get back to the comments and we'll expand on the story a little bit. God, what the fuck was her name? Sam, I cannot remember her name. I'll remember. Roshan, you like that, man? I told you we had to talk about the script, all right? And the protocol. So the script basically is level 1. How do I determine she's not a freelancer? Which is determine if she is or is not. Because if she is and you want a freelancer, now you know. Now you know how to get to the next level of, well, how much, right? Not that you don't know that anyway, but my point is you don't blunder into it. If she's like, I'm a freelancer, and I'm like, how much? No. You're not desperate. You're the prize, okay? Oh, cool. Got that, honey. Really? So what's your deal? You in school? Like, I'm still interested. I haven't walked away. But if you're not interested, be like, oh, cool. Thanks so much for telling me. Look, it's not really what I'm interested in, but it's nice to meet you tonight. And your friend. Thank you. See you guys later. If you want to be super nice, you'd be like, you know what? Let me buy you guys a drink on my way out. Like, there's so many ways to roll with it. All right, so now you've determined whether she's a freelancer or not. Okay, next level. She says she's not, but she is. She's banking on the, I get you back to my hotel room. You've already blown your night. You've already wasted half your night on me. You're just going to pay me because you're desperate at this point. Before you get to that hotel room, protocol says you need to be recording, okay? You need to reiterate what your deal is while it's recording. So look, so we're clear. We're going to go back to my room. I really like you, want to make love with you all night, but you told me you're not for free and you said 3,000, right? Or you said 5,000 or whatever you said. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're good with that? Because I really don't want any trouble. I just want to have a great night with you, baby. Yeah, okay, that's good, All right. Now when she's in your room and, you had your business, right? You better still be recording because afterwards she's going to be like, I want 10,000 or I want 5,000 plus taxi fare or I want something else. I want something extra. And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to scream. At which point you pull out your phone and be like, look, I've been recording everything, honey. So if you want to play that game, I'll show the security guard the tape, right? Or the video or whatever. And then they will know you're a liar and the security will throw you out. Okay. I will call security right now. If you don't get the fuck out of my hotel room, here's your 5K, get lost. And you want to hold up your end of the bargain, but don't get extorted. You need leverage. That is your protocol. All right. Wait, I kind of jumped. I jumped scripts there. The second level script was, all right, the first level script determines she's a freelancer or not. If you're interested, Eventually, you determine how much. Now, the sub part of that is she says she's not, but she is. All right. On the way up to the hotel room, you have your recorder going. Look, honey, I just want to be clear. Like, I don't know how this works. It's my first time in Manila. I really like you. I want to spend the night with you. I'm totally into you. And we're just doing this because we like each other, right? We're not doing any this isn't like a working girl thing. You're not asking me for money or anything, right? At that point, she might cave. She'll be like, well, actually, yeah, I'm not for free. At which point you can do all right, well, look, that's not what you told me in the club. I'm really a little upset or disappointed that you wasted my time. And always remain cool, right? I'm not interested. So, you know what? Bing, hit the lobby button or something. And then be like, we're just going to leave. We're just going to leave. I'll walk you out. And if you want to be really nice, give her taxi fare. Don't let her in your room. On the way down, she is going to beg. She's going to give you sob stories. She's going to threaten to scream. Who the fuck knows? If she does, you pull out your phone and be like, yeah, I've been recording everything, honey. You're a liar. And it's all on tape. You want to scream? Scream. Security, come over. I'll show them the tape. You need a script and you need a protocol. Shout out. Philo, welcome to the stream. That's Phil in the channel. Phil's another American ex-serviceman, expat that has been living in the Philippines literally as long as I have. You've been here at least 12 years, Phil. Back and forth. He's had a lot of experience. He's been married. He even has a Filipino son now. I think he's a son, right? A lot of information from Phil on the channel, navigating the perils and pitfalls of the Philippines, as well as the wonderful amazingness of the Philippines. I don't watch a lot of channels. I don't watch a lot of YouTube channels in the Philippines, mostly because they nauseate me. You go back in the day, like Philly in the Philippines was in the chat. Philo in the Philippines is in the chat, right? These guys have been in the Philippines over a decade, right? They're married to Filipinas. They're running businesses in the Philippines. They got kids in the Philippines. Like, these guys are legit. They will tell you what the hell is going on. But in the last 5 years, the last 3 years, ever since lockdown ended, basically, there's been a flood of like what some people call passport bros or like Gen fucking Z or millennial. I don't know what even they are, like travel vlogger types. They run into the Philippines and they're like, every single video is this, their look on their face on the video, the thumbnail is, and the title is, "You won't believe this is Philippines. BGC." What, really? Why wouldn't you believe it's the Philippines? Because you expect this shit. It's loudspeakers in the street, dogs barking, chickens, third world shithole. Like, what do you expect out of the Philippines? Of course, it's the Philippines. It's the largest call hub center in the world. It's the social media capital of the world, but that has more to do with other elements than business. Look, I'm not saying that some of these guys don't have chops and that they can't make a nice video or they don't have good cameras or whatever, but like the baity, clicky, how many I can't believe this is the Philippines shit videos are you going to watch? Or like even guys I know, like I have a friend, I'm not going to mention him. He makes these videos and like, I'm like, they just seem trite to me. Like, what if I made a video called, I can't even give you an example. Like I used to make a video called "New Restaurant in Makati." Okay, back in the day, stuff like that excited me. Like, and I find that those videos can still be interesting because you'll go out, you'll get like a nice dinner, and it'll be like this only cost me 320 pesos, which is like $5.50. You're like, for $5.50, I got this. In America, that would have cost you $18. So sometimes guys like to see the conversion, the comparison. It's not like it's bad information. It sets the stage for elements of them understanding why economics in the Philippines is different. But if that was the case, I'd rather just post a video called "Economics in the Philippines" or "Why Your Dollar Will Go So Far" or whatever, Yes, Sam hit it right on the head. I didn't want to get into it. It's data for Facebook, provided free here by the telecom. So You're going to be chatting with Filipinas from dating sites, and this is the other thing, because they used to be called the texting capital of the world, but now it's the social media capital of the world, and the comment is exactly why. Filipinos and Filipinas will be like, "Oh, I'd love to chat with you more, but I don't have a load. Can you give me a load?" I'll be like, "Honey, I can give you a load all day long." When the first time, like, a girl said that to me, but like, "Can you give me a load?" I'm like, let me think about that. I'm like, yeah, I can manage that. They're asking for a phone load. It's a data load on their phone, and it's like 50 pesos, 100 pesos, $1 or $2, right? They basically have run out of data and they can't chat with you anymore. So they're asking you to send them a phone load. But in the Philippines, if you're on Facebook, all your transactions, all your picture sharing, all your posting, all your chatting is free on Messenger. They don't have to pay 1 peso to send a text. So it used to be 1 peso per text. And before it was 1 peso per text, I think it was like 10 texts per peso. And before that, they do these promos where, like, if you got a load, you could text free to your same network. And when Philippines hears free, all freaking hell breaks loose. Like, I just clipped a couple of shots I was going to post on my community page where it's like, Samsung Philippines wants to apologize from SM Aura Mall or SM Cebu Mall, where we said that G-Shock was on sale for 1,200 pesos and 5,000 Filipinos lined up out. I'm not kidding. Like 5,000 Filipinos line up outside the door before the mall even opens and stand in line for 3 hours before we tell you, oh, sorry, offer was online only. One donut giveaway, buy 2 get 2. Like, don't plan on buying donuts that day, because the damn line to get in the donut shop is going to be 150 people long all day long. So when they told Filipinos free text to the same network, it was just like they text so fast. You know those little click 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 phones. They will text without even looking at the phone. They'll be like click 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 click. Like, they're so good at texting, so fast at texting. One finger like texting, like, unbelievable. They sent so many texts in like the first month that they literally set the record for texting in the world. This is like 10 years ago too, and then slowly that turned into the data capital. How did you put it? Data for Facebook provided free here by the telecoms. Exactly. So even if they don't have a load, the locals are still on Facebook. So they don't even need a 50 peso or 92-cent load to get on their phone. They can just text for free on Facebook. Sell anything in this country by taping a small free satch of magic syrup to it. Yeah, free anything. Which is funny because it was like that in the U.S. too. Like, I would put shit on Craigslist. I sold, literally 3/4 of my life on Craigslist before I moved to the Philippines, and there was stuff I just couldn't sell, or I just ran out of time or whatever. I would, whether it was broken, no matter what it was, you type a giant free sign to it and put it out on the curb, and then I would just like open the window and like watch. Like within 5 or 10 minutes, like 3 cars would stop immediately, slow down, stop. And then the next thing you know, 4th or 5th car pulls over, puts the thing in the back, and it's gone. Trash picking in America is an art. I used to do it. Oh, God, I love trash day. Got so much shit out of the trash. And I had a buddy that ran a business refurbishing trash. Like, free, just it's like people can't resist. All right, we're an hour in, and somehow I managed to stay with the live stream topic. I have discussed the actual script. I was out the other night and we were joking, right? Passport bros. What the hell is a passport bro? Well, passport bros are weird now because there's this whole connotation wherein now it's there's got a racial connotation to it, wherein remember Richard Pryor from the 70s? Hey, brother, how you doing? So me and the brothers, it was like a thing where they used to say like, we're brothers. Like that was like an African American thing, or I don't know what the proper politically correct term is. Talk to Richard Pryor. I didn't coin the phrase. I didn't set the social paradigm. All right. But now Passport Bros is kind of being taken over by the brothers, the original brothers, like um and they're like fighting on Facebook in these forums where they're like, sorry, man, you're the wrong color to be a Passport Bro. And the guys are like, what the F are you talking about? Like, dude, military guys have been doing what you call Passport Bros for decades. Like, and it's not, and it's evolved. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then the argument to that is, well, they were doing it, but they didn't call it Passport Bros, so they weren't Passport Bros. Like, okay, whatever. And now Passport Bro it traditionally was, even when they coined the phrase, whoever coined the phrase, it was guys sick of Western feminist woke fucking bitch Western girls, let's just say, and that wanted a more traditional, say, younger, beautiful, loyal, loving, caring, appreciative wife. Appreciative being the key word. Filipinos, for the most part, are very appreciative. They live difficult lives. They struggle in a ridiculously crushing economic situation for the most part. And if you show them a little kindness, like I've had people cry. Like you do something nice for them, they literally move to tears. That you would, like, I gave a guy. I went to the gym once. There was, I knew the guy that was the gym guy there, right? It was at a condo. And one day I go in with my little you're like polyurethane like belt satchel. It was nice. It had zippers. You put your cell phone in it. You put your cash and cards on the other side. He's like, oh, he's like, that belt pouch, it's so nice. He's like, I wish we could buy one in the Philippines. I'm like, I had like 3 in my room, right? I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm like, I took my shit out of it. I gave it to him. I'm like, it's yours, man. He's like, I'm like, you watch the gym every day. You spot me. Like, it's all good. Like, the guy was so moved. Like 5 years later, I came back. He was in another condo. He remembered me. Unbelievable. Right. Feminine. You want a feminine woman. You don't want a feminist woman. Right. So it was guys that wanted a traditional wife, basically, or a wife that had traditional values. And young and hot and Asian doesn't, hurt. So now it's become like, I'm gonna say brothers, but with no racial connotation. It's become bros that have passports that are just like, wait, I can go to Colombia or the Philippines and I can score that. It's about them padding their numbers with hotties. So like you'll see them in the Facebook forums or whatever, like, big ass Colombian bitch on this side, thick ass, Brazilian honey on this side, like, they're like, I love Brazil, I love the Philippines, like, I got me a shorty, and like she's literally like 4'9". So it's changed a lot. But we were joking the other night, and Sam, we should do this when we get together for your whiskey night. Guys, remember Jeff Foxworthy, right? How could you forget Jeff Foxworthy? Like, you might be a redneck if. So I was fucking around. It's like, and for me, it was the other way around. It's like, you might not be a passport bro if, or you might be a passport bro if, right? So I wrote down a few. You might be a passport bro if your travel guide is top 10 places to find a loyal wife, not top 10 places to find a beer. Stupid shit like that, right? But it was the knots that came out pretty good. You might not be a passport bro if your idea of romance is finding the cheapest motel with hourly rates instead of a quaint boutique hotel. Because there are a lot of quaint boutique hotels in the area. My favorite in Makati being the Lees in Leez. I've never had a problem there. They have the fantastic pillows, awesome air conditioning, and they put 4 pillows on the bed, and it's pretty damn cheap. Super no frills hotel. You might not be a passport bro if your primary achievement in life is collecting more frequent flyer miles than meaningful relationships. Not that you would collect meaningful relationships, but you might be a passport bro if you spent more on language lessons than on gym memberships, because love knows no language barriers. Now, granted, I do not recommend that you don't have a gym membership or a gym routine or whatever. All right. My point is like there's no end to the nonsense, right? So Liam, welcome to stream. BGC rocks. Okay. You know, I am making a video now that is comparing BGC to Poblacion. Not that I haven't done that before, but I'm doing it in a different way. I'm bringing in maps and stuff. And I don't know why I realized this the other night, but I did realize this. Like we were talking about BGC and they're like, you know, BGC has changed. And I'm like, how so? And they're like, well, you know, I used to watch your videos during lockdown and blah, blah, blah. And it used to be like this. And I'm like, I'm like, you know what? And it just hit me like it was a clarity. Like BGC during lockdown was an anomaly. And yes, it was a bomb spot to be. And it rocked. It was literally the only spot to be. Because of the restrictions and the seating restrictions and all that bullshit, which has now been totally proven to have been made up, all part of the psyop nonsense bullshit. You know, your 6 foot distancing. You wanted a table for 4 people, you needed an 8 top because they made you sit a seat apart. You wanted a table for 6 people, you needed a fucking 12 top. You had 2 6 foot tables. And like your friend at the end of the table, you'd be like, hey, bro, you're like literally 10 feet away. Pass the salt. But still, it was a place where you could go when everything else around you was locked down, and every hot chick in the city was there to meet like the 10, you know, foreign guys, the 10 AFAMs that were left in Manila because everyone split and they didn't let you back in for 3 years. Imagine being like one of 10 or 15 AFAMs that are living in BGC and or Makati, and every weekend you're like, I'm starved to go out. There's nothing to do. We've been locked down. What the hell are we gonna do? I'm like, bro, I got a 12 top at Youre on you know, Forbes Town Strip. It's like it's going to be bomb. Everyone's going to be there, and everyone was. So BGC has changed from that, and I'm like, nah. BGC hasn't changed. BGC has changed back. It's changed back to what it was like before lockdown. BGC really hasn't changed. BGC is what it is. It's a nice city. It's a modern city. It's a clean city. It's a low crime city. It's a easy to walk city. It is a outdoor vibe city, a walking city, an a la carte city. It's all about a la carte dining, nice little restaurants, boutiques, incredible shopping. Obviously, not that I would shop in BGC, except Market Mall because of the Chungai. But it's changed back. And that's what it's like now. If you go to BGC now, the only couple of places that are bumping, there's only a few bars that are going to be bumping on the weekend. And some of them are only going to be bumping if you're with a crew. They're not really like pickup vibe bars. I mean, you'll have a few. You could hit Dr. Wine BGC on the weekend. It's going to be standing room only unless you have a reservation. You could hit the Bank Bar, right? There's 1 or 2 other ones. I'm drawing a blank. The Fort Strip, it's just not what it used to be, and not that it was ever really a pickup zone. A lot of those spots are group zones, or what I call crew zones. Like people go there with their crew to hang. They go there Pinoy style, which they call, oh God, I can't remember the real term. They also call it pika pika, where they go to drink slow and eat slow. So they'll get a table, 4 people, and they'll order like an appetizer and a couple of rounds, and they'll pick at the appetizer for like an hour. Then they'll order another appetizer, and they'll like pick at it for an hour and drink slow. Like they hang out, they talk shit, they watch people, and they eat and drink slow. They call that it's a P word. I can't remember. Pika pika, let's just say. Picking at food. And that's a very Pinoy thing to do. And people will do that for the most part at all those little a la carte restaurants today. Whereas before, all those little a la carte restaurants were literally the bars. Like there was no other place to go. BGC used to be the bomb. It does still rock for lifestyle city. You know, it's wonderful, but you're not going to find your nightlife, like your hardcore nightlife there, except a couple spots on the weekends. And it's going to be different, and it's going to end early. There's no after hours in BGC. Well, that's not true. Like any of your nightclubs are going to be pretty much till 4 or 5 in the morning. Occasionally, like your reserve gastropub is going to be till like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's not like it's not going to happen, but it's nothing like Poblacion. Mark Angel, thanks for joining. 3 a.m. Wow, it's 10:20 a.m. here, and I've been on for hour 15. Nothing beats Lips Bar overall, just a must do. It was a long time since we saw each other, Phil. But that time we connected in Manila, and God, that's got to be what, 2 years ago now, at least. We went to Lips Bar, and Sam, the girl was there that night. Remember, I told you that girl that was doing the thing that we talked about was working at Lips. Her. That was the night that I saw her at Lips. Like literally, she taps me on the shoulder. I'm like, she's in a bikini. She's looking fine as fuck, black bikini. I'm like, what are you doing here? And I talked to Sean about it, and I told you. And that was the night I got my first vape stolen. I guess who stole it? Yeah, fucking. Like they just come over. They're so hot, and they're like, they just literally put their hand out and like they grab your vape, and then they're like, nice to see you. What are you gonna buy me a drink? Blah blah blah. And you're just like, oh yeah. And then like you're drunk, and then you're like, where's my vape? Fucking Manila, man. Sam, yes, it does. Ding, ding, ding. Bullseye. Dude, again, like, there's no hard feelings and there's no issues and there's no blame game. It just is what it is. And we were mature enough and man enough and cool enough to not let it be a drama thing. Because I'm sure you could see how easily that could have been a drama thing. Or could have even just been a talk shit thing. Like, we talk facts, but we never talk shit. Like, we want the best for that girl. There's a lot of confused young women here. That's the other thing about the Philippines. I said people struggle in a crushing economic situation, and they do. And like, I didn't grow up easy, and I didn't grow up rich. But if I had to face some of the trials and tribulations that people here face, I don't know if I could handle that, man. Like, Filipinos live a harsh freaking life, and a lot of these girls are abused by uncles and neighbors and who the fathers even. I don't even know. I've heard some horror stories, and those abuses leave like an extreme emotional trauma for them. And that ties in with what we call emotional maturity and emotional intelligence. And I used to say Filipinos mature young because they had such a difficult life. And many of their elements of their personality are mature, except for communication under stress or duress. So, in other words, they have triggers. Not that everyone doesn't have triggers, but the triggers that the Filipinos have are so deep rooted in such a terrible childhood trauma and emotional trauma that they literally become they just go into automatic pilot. It's the amygdala response, right? Fight or flight. Like, they're no longer in a rational frame of mind. They are fighting for their lives when they get these triggers. Some of them immediately go into tempo, right? Some of them go into grab a knife mode. Like, I'm not saying all Filipinos are like this. Some Filipinos have blessed lives. Some Filipinos have difficult lives but are loved by their families. Some Filipinos have difficult lives and are supported by their families and then drained, like, their families are literally parasites living off of them. There's so many levels of trauma in the Philippines. But if you find a girl and you really like her and you have a great connection, and for the most part you communicate well, and you're a strong, mature, masculine presence, a rock, and you're balanced and you're respectable and respectful, you can coach a girl through this. Like, granted, you don't want to be a therapist to a 20-year-old, but when she's a super hot 20-year-old that you can't stop thinking about, you might want to invest a little quality time with her, right? Some of those are challenging, straightforward, emotionally confronting conversations, and you give her the tools to work through them. And it can take years. Dude, the vapes and the girls, man. Now I just tell them, no, sorry, can't have it. I tell them, look, my girl will kill me if I lose my vape. So I'm like, give me 2,000 pesos and you can have my vape. And they're just like, no. I'm like, it's all right. You can get the 2,000 pesos back when you give me my vape back. Mm, that's very interesting, Sam. But not surprising. You've always been kind and generous in the fact that that you suspend a certain amount of I don't know, kindness, accepting, understanding. you've been very understanding with her, and I know you guys have more of an intimate history, and she's freaking hard to say no to. But the drama issues are hard to say no to, and that's the other thing. You get to the Philippines, and you're going to meet like this girl. She's a smart girl. She's a beautiful girl. She's a sexy girl. She's a funny girl, but she's got issues. She's got emotional issues, and she's struggling with them, and probably struggling with alcohol as well. And that's a drama laden, that potential drama laden situation in the Philippines. And why do you have to deal with that when there's so many other options? Well, there's a lot of reasons you might want to deal with it. One, you had a connection with her. Two, you actually kind of like her despite her issues. Three, you want the best for her, but it's not like you're big brother or big daddy or big coach. I mean, it's like, look, honey, we can have a decent relationship and not be like boyfriend and girlfriend and still have a good time, but I can't deal can't deal with the psychodrama. So we do a lot of this arm's length in the Philippines, and we don't necessarily burn people off when we keep them at arm's length. There's a small community here that's actually kind of far reaching. So in a way, it's a big community, but there's so many levels to the Philippines: relationships, intricacies, drama, understanding the psych, the dating game. That's a whole nother conversation. Maybe that'll be next week's live stream. Yeah, yeah. It's they're streetwise as hell, and they can hustle you, and they don't just hustle you for money. Like they'll hustle you for a place to stay for a week. Hey, can I stay in your super nice high end condo for a week? It's hot as fuck. I've literally had girls on dating sites tell me I'm living in a dormer, and a dorm in the Philippines is a room with 3 bunk beds. So that's 6 girls sleeping in one room with a shitty little air conditioner, if there is even one. And she's like, it's April and it's so freaking hot that I want to die. She's like, could I just sleep in your hotel room? I'll bang you like 3 times a day. I don't care. Could I just sleep in your hotel room? Because I need aircon. And I'm like, send me some pictures. I'm like, all right, come on over. We go out, we have some coffee. It's like next thing you know, you got a girl living in your condo for a week, which is great until week 2 rolls around and she doesn't want to leave. Now you got drama. Don't tell me that you've never been there, Sam. Yeah, like streetwise hustling doesn't mean they're gonna shake you down for money or try to get you to buy shit for them. Granted, if you're hanging with them and you're sleeping with them, you're probably buying them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like that's just kind of a given. But I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the Philippines is what can be $9 a day. Like that's nothing. It's not like you're taking them to the mall and buying them Gucci bags. But now you got someone living in your condo. And maybe like after a week, you're just like, all right, honey, I need some space. Like I've asked you 5 times to pick your shit up off the floor and you're still a fucking slob. It's like, this is my space. Can I get a little respect? Can you make the bed in the morning? Something. I don't know. You don't have to cook for me, but so it's unhealthy communication. And that unhealthy communication isn't because they're bad people and it isn't because they're spiteful. It's because they are emotionally damaged from some trauma in their childhood and they don't know how to cope with it and they don't know how to control their triggers. So it's not on you to say, okay, well, maybe I should recognize their triggers and not pull their trigger. No, that's walking on eggshells around somebody. You're not going to be in a healthy, fulfilling relationship when you're walking on eggshells. You don't want to be walking on eggshells. I don't walk on eggshells around Sam. I've had conversations with Sam that aren't easy. Uh, I wouldn't say, but I have no trepidation about having the conversation because I know he's just gonna be like, look, I don't fucking agree, and we can agree to disagree. I'm like, all right, good. Let's. Where are we going next? Like, it's all good. That's a healthy communication cycle. You don't have to have the conversation. You don't have to have it go your way in the conversation. You don't have to agree in the conversation, but it never becomes a bone of contention. I'm not saying that it couldn't, depending on people's behavior and perspective and triggers and all, but guys, like, Sam, for example, have his shit together. Like I have never seen you get triggered, bro. Like, and if you have been triggered, like you don't show it. I know you've seen me triggered. I have 12 years in the Philippines, man. Some days I just like fuck this, fuck this. Like some days I just am just like, what the f? And that's what I started this live stream saying. I'm like, you're gonna have crazy clown world, clown circus, freaking days where you're gonna be like, WTF all the way. Like, what the hell just happened today? Like, really, what am I doing? But for the most part, it's great. The weather's great. It's sunny. There's beautiful blue skies. There's natural clouds. There's tons of beaches, and there's just amazing women. Even if some of them come with drama, it's a learning experience. Like I've met women and had amazing times with them, and been shocked and disappointed at how just they self destruct on you. Like it's just all right. And then, we talked about protocols earlier in the stream. So another protocol, what's become popular here is like you meet a girl in a club, and before you connect with her, before you bring her home, it's like, oh, wait, you got IG? All right, let me have your IG. Now you're connected on IG, right? Well, now she sees that three of her friends are three of your friends, and you banged two of her three friends. And now she's like, wait, you're the guy that banged my friend? Like, I am not lying, guys. This is how it works. So all right, say you connect with her on Instagram, say you don't have friends in common, say you take her home and she decides to go a little psychodrama on you. Now you're connected on Instagram. Now what? You got to block her. Now she knows who you are. Now she's got another, account, and she's following you on that account. You don't know who she is, and then you post one night, hey, I'm at fucking, Royal with my boys. And the next thing you know, she's at Royal. Yeah. That's the kind of psychodrama I'm talking about. It's literally like potential stalking environment. Yes, the broken glass. God damn it. Like, I get it. I get it. You want me to pay for the broken glass? Fine. How much is the broken glass? I went to SM the other day. Broken glass is like 60 pesos, 120 pesos. Say 300 pesos for the nicest glass that you can buy in the spot. All right. When the bar tells me I need to pay 1,000 pesos because I broke a glass at the table, I'm like, I'm like, we bought a bottle here. I bring people in here all the time. I dropped, 6K for a table in here tonight, or 15K for a table in here tonight. I broke a glass, and now you want to charge me for a glass? No, that's called an operating expense. 500 pesos for a glass? Sorry, I'm not paying you $10 for a fucking broken glass. Bring the fucking manager over. I don't care. Like, I will make a goddamn scene. F you. It's the principle of the thing, but that's the other argument about the Philippines being an AFAM. Look, you're a foreigner at Manila. You gotta get with the program, man. You're not in the fucking America anymore. This is not your nice suburban little backyard. That is the way it works here. Yeah. Little things like that can just sometimes, like, I get triggered, and I'm just like, no. And that happened at Neon Nights, and they wanted to charge her 1,200 bucks for breaking 1,200 pesos for breaking the glass, and I was just like, screw you, and every single goddamn horse you rode in on, to the point where they literally threw us out. And I'm like, I am never coming back here, never ever coming back here. And I've spent so many great nights there. That's actually where I met Sam, and spent thousands and thousands of pesos in there. Had bros spend tens of thousands of pesos in there. Like over the years. But that club went downhill. They changed management. And then like 4 months later, they end up getting closed because they're hiring underage girls. And I'm like, something's happened for a reason. Like, it's a blessing that I broke that glass and they threw me out, because maybe I'd have been in there the night they got raided, and then I'd have been in jail, Yeah, karma did catch up with that place, man. That used to be such a great spot. Like, that was the only big dance floor right on P. Burgos. That bar had everything. I used to call it a one-stop shop. But yeah, they changed their policies, and they started pushing the hard bar girl scams. Like, I had a bro go in there one night, and I actually heard this from 3 different sets of guys. Some were channel members. One was a guy that lives here, and they said that the bar girls would swarm them when they come in, which is not uncommon, and it's easy to brush that off. Again, if you have a script, we could talk about the brush off script for bar girls, but I'll just lay it out for you right here, and I'll tell you the story. When the girls swarm you, you just be like, hey, cool, nice to meet you, but not right now. No. Look, I just need to get a beer. I got to talk. I got a couple emails I got to deal with. I'm in the middle of something. You know what? Let somebody have a beer. Can I get a table somewhere with a beer? Like, that's all I need right now. Tell them, look, maybe later, not right now. And then you sit down. And the reason for that is rule number 1, you never let the girl pick you. Rule number 2, you pick the girl you want if that's what you want. Then you sit down, you have your beer, you look around, you're like, that's the girl I like. That's the girl I'm buying a drink for, right? Girl comes over, buy her a drink. 5 minutes later, her friend's going to come over. Oh, this is my friend. You want to buy her a drink too? Rule number 3, no, sorry, honey. I'm totally focused on you. I don't want distractions tonight. Nice to meet your friend and all, but I'm only buying you drinks. That's your script. That's your bar girl script right there. Oh, and bar girl rule number 1, don't let them pick the drink. Do not let them pick the drink. They'll say, hey, well, you want a beer? They'll be like, yeah, I want a beer. Whole beer in a bar like that, $16. It's like 800 pesos for a beer for a bar girl. Buy them a tequila shot, 350 pesos maybe. I only buy tequila shots for bar girls. But that's me. You do whatever you want. I'm not advising you to do it one way or the other. There's just some protocols, some scripts. And that's like what the guy was saying earlier. He's like, I got scammed at Dimples. Did you really get scammed, or did you just not know that beers were 800 pesos? Okay. All right, let's break that math down. Girl comes over. Want a beer, honey? I'm having a beer. Yeah, sure. You're buying a beer for 150 pesos, so you're thinking you buy her beer, it's another $3, right? Nah. It's 800 pesos for the bar girl beer, right? A full beer. If you buy them a bar girl beer, it's like a glass this big full of beer. I'm not kidding. A glass like this big, twice the size of a shot glass, 3 times maybe. So you buy her beer. Now your bill's up to $9.50, right? Which is like $18, say. All right. 2 beers, $18. Now you're approaching like U.S. prices, Midwestern U.S., right? So, whereas normally, if you bought 2 beers, it should be like $6, $5, right? All right, now her friend comes over. You don't know the drill, and you think, oh shit, friend's hot too. I just bought a beer. It's another $3, right? So now you buy the bar girl's friend a beer. Now you're into it for 1,600 pesos. That's like $32. You just bought 2 beers for $32 for 2 girls. All right. Now you buy them another round. Now you're up to $64, 4 beers. Right? That's not you getting scammed. That's you not knowing how much a beer costs in a club for a bar girl. So again, that's why you do a consultation with a guy like me. I'll set you straight. I'll get you set up. But when the girl comes over, I'd be like, or you call the girl over, you'd be like, hey, look, I'd like to buy you a shot. Can I buy you a tequila shot? She's not going to say no. She might say, like some of the girls, like one of the lips girls that I like, I get a hand massage or shoulder massage from her. She's like, no, I don't want a shot. I want gin and tonic. I'm like, well, how much is a gin and tonic? Like, I'll just ask her straight up. They know me. And they're like, it's the same price. I'm like, well, if it's the same price, get a gin and tonic. But again, then they bring her the little glass, the little gin and tonic glass. She's not there to drink shots and get drunk and have a good time. She's there because she's working. So she drinks a little shitty gin and tonic. She's not drinking it because she gets drunk. She's drinking it because she makes 100 pesos off the drink. She's working. So, Phil, it is 350 for a lady's drink. But if you buy her a full beer, it's 800 pesos. A lady's drink beer is a little glass of beer like this, just like it's a little gin and tonic like this, or a shot, right? But if you have a San Mig Light in your hand and you're like, get her a San Mig Light, they're going to bring you over a fucking bottle of San Mig Light. And yes, they're going to charge you 800 pesos for it. Protocols, my friends, protocols, gentlemen, understand what you're getting into, and then you'll be able to play the game on your terms. That's why my live streams are gold. That's why a consultation with me can't be beat. I will save you that money 5 or 10 times over. Right. Jay Silva, thank you for joining the chat and chipping in, or joining in. Those prices sound like a strip club in Vegas, right? Like you're buying a lady drink in Vegas, you're spending what, 9, 10, 11, 15 bucks for a drink? Yeah, like 15 bucks for a drink. You don't need to do that in the Philippines. And the nice thing about the Philippines is that when you buy that lady girl drink, that first drink, that's basically your lap dance. Now, I'm not saying you should go that route. you got to feel the girl out. And that also depends on, that also decides like which girl you buy the drinks for, right? So, and I'll tell you another story. Just the other night in the club, I think I told a little bit of it earlier. I take a guy into the club. He wants to bar find a girl. It's his last night. We talk. I talk. We pick out what's your type. What about this girl? What about that girl? What about this one? I like that one. All right, let me approach her. Let me bring her over. I go over. I'm like, hey, look, my boy wants to buy a tequila shot. You want a tequila shot? Yeah, come on, talk to my boy. They had a wonderful evening. Matter of fact, they went out the next night, breakfast, lunch, all this stuff. Like, fantastic little connection for him. But at the same time, very generous man. He's like, you want one? You buying? He's like, fuck yeah. So I'm like, so I just go get the hottest, sluttiest fucking looking girl in there. Like literally the one that when you walk around grabs your Apple bag, if you know what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, honey, chill out. I'm like, you want to drink that bad? She's like, oh yeah, buy me a fucking drink. I'll grind on you. I'm like, let's go. Bring her back to the table. Literally, I sit down. She sits down on my lap. Now I got this fucking apple bottom that I'm like, what the hell is? Yeah, that's all fine. Like, and then she's like drinking and grinding on you. Like, you buy a drink, it is basically your lap dance. Now, normally I won't go that route. Normally I'll be like, can I get a hand massage or a shoulder massage? What's your name? But the nice thing is they'll sit on you like cowgirl style, facing you, eyes at like headlight level, if you know what I'm saying, and they'll give you the massage from the front. So it's a very wonderful massage experience for buying a 350 peso ladies drink. You got to know the protocols. You got to know what the guidelines are, and you got to know what your budget is. You got to be willing to buy her a drink or two, get a massage or two before you kind of push her for that third drink lap dance. And like 350, that's what, 900 pesos. So you end up spending $17 for 3 lady girl shots for her, and now you're getting a lap dance. So it's not like $50 in the back room for a Vegas lap dance. It doesn't. Now, granted, there's no real back room here. She's giving you a lap dance in the club, but at that point, who gives a fuck? Because everyone else is doing the same thing. Oh my God, Sapphire. Jay, dude, book a nightlife tour. What can I say? All the links are in the video descriptions. It's booking up fast. I mean, things are going nuts, man. I got 4 tours this week. Matter of fact, I'm double booked Friday night. I have to have my girl take out one group while I take out another group. By the way, Sam, we'll be out this weekend. Royal. I'll be in Royal. She'll be in Octopus. I'll shoot you the table numbers if you want to stop by. And I'd love it if you stop by and checked in on them. I mean, she's going to be good to go and all, but she's bringing some of her friends, man. And I'm not going to be there, so they're going to go nuts. And I would love it if you swung through there if you have some time free. Saying the details later. Yeah, book a tour, man. It comes with a consultation. Kiwi Neil, what date do you arrive? Yes, we booked a session for February 15th. So we'll probably blow out that whole weekend. And then Roshan, yep, December 7th. You are on the schedule for oh, that's right. I got to send you the details today. Sorry. Told you I had a live stream today. He's actually the guy I had the 1 a.m. Consult with last night. Nice guy. Actually, no, he's not. See, I'm getting my guys confused. He's totally not the guy I had the 1 a.m. consult with last night. I can't keep it straight. But we did have a consult the other day. And don't worry, you're on the calendar. Yeah, there's a lot of nightlife tours. They're filling up fast. I'm happy to promote them and sell them and whatever. I don't consider it sales really. I mean, it's just an opportunity. Again, I would say the most valuable part of your experience, whether it's a nightlife tour or a consult, is going to be the consult. I'm going to give you a lot of information. It's going to save you some time, aggravation, and money. And if you go out with me, you're going to meet the crew and you're going to have a good time. And you're definitely going to meet some girls. And it's going to be rather easy to seal the deal. I've realized recently I should have been tracking. the whole time. So I'm a data analytics guy. I'm a PMP. I ran advanced data analytics for Google call centers here for fucking almost 10 years. I should have been tracking all my nightlife tours, all my wingman options, like took bros out tonight, how many bros scored, what is my hit percentage? Like I gotta be close to 90%. Like it's so rare that a guy that goes out with us doesn't either connect or score. Um, and when I say connect, sometimes they take a girl home, but they don't seal the deal. But then they stay in contact and they have a long distance relationship. Um, Score is it could be any and all of that. I'm at the point now where like literally, I mean, I'm not a single guy, but I have rules that I go by, and we've talked about that on other live streams. I still score in Manila, and it's all good, and I can talk about it publicly because I follow my rules. I'll give you a hint. Rule number 1: don't bang her friends. Right? It's a good rule, right? You can see how that might create some drama, some issues, in the social community. It's like, yeah. Guys, live chat. What are those things called? Super chat. Super chats are open. If you want to make a donation to the channel, feel free to leave a super chat. Hey, shit, I think you can even do PayPal. Not that you have to or anything, but I do consultations through PayPal and my US bank. What else? Channel membership. So there's a couple of perks to channel membership. One, there's hundreds of videos online that you can't see on public YouTube, but you can see as a channel member. And those videos tend to be either a little racier or a lot racier. That's the Manila After Dark series for the top tier members. It shows you what's kind of really going on after dark in Manila. And then the other videos are just stuff that I can't publish because A, I'm too drunk. I'm just cursing. I'm just talking shit about Manila or the Philippines. I'm ranting about something, or maybe it's fighting on the street with lady boys. Like, who the fuck knows? It all goes on here. There's so much crazy shit that happens here. I can't show that on public YouTube for a lot of reasons. One, I would just catch a huge bag of crap from every butthurt person in the world that likes, like, the Philippines is heaven and on earth. How can you say anything other than that? You're a hater. You're a traitor. They literally call you a traitor if you say anything negative about the Philippines. I don't need that kind of hate and nonsense and drama in my comment section. Give you an example. Look at my Philippines versus Thailand or Manila versus Bangkok video on the channel. Like, I wasn't trying to it's Manila or Bangkok. That's a valid question, right? They're two similar destinations in the same region of the world. I was going to Bangkok for the first time. I lived in Manila for a long time. I made a Manila versus Bangkok video and just compared the two. Like, if you've never been to either and you're thinking about it, that could be a valuable video for you. So that was just what I was talking about. And hundreds of comments that are just like, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. You say Bangkok's better. And I'm like, well, during lockdown, Bangkok was better. I'm sorry. And I could give you 5 reasons why Bangkok's better than Manila. And I could give you 5 reasons why Manila is better than Bangkok. And right off the top of my head, it would be this. In Manila, they speak English. In Bangkok, they really don't. Number 2, in Bangkok, weed is legal. In Manila, it is not. All right. So that's 1 for Thailand. That's 1 for Manila. What's the big deal? Yeah, Roshan, I'll be good, man. The next 4 days are literally going to be go out, sleep, wake up, go out, sleep. I probably won't do anything but push-ups over the next couple of days. I'll do like the lymphatic exercises and the jumping jacks to warm up. Then I do the push-ups to the feet, and maybe I'll squeeze in a few sets. When I say the lymphatic exercise, it's something I've been doing recently, and it's very similar to something we used to do in karate. I don't know if you live with it. So see how my shoulders are just loose, my hands are loose. You literally just jump up and down and like let the loose flow. Do that for a minute, and there's like 3 concepts that happen there, and they all have to do with gravity, right? It's like retention, acceleration, deceleration, and impact. So a lot of New science is showing you that impact is one of the best things you can do for strength, muscle, and bone conditioning. Bone strength conditioning, bone density is super important, especially as you age. So like the most I'll do when I wake up in the morning is the lymphatic exercises, some jumping jacks, break a little bit of a sweat, and then just throw down and do push-ups to defeat. And then I'll get something to eat and then I'll go out. Because when I say sleep all day, like when you get home at 6 in the morning, you sleep till 6 at night. By the time you're awake, showered, have something to eat, it's 8, 9 o'clock, you're grabbing a taxi, you go out again. It's going to be like that for 4 days straight. Roshan, have fun, man. Talk to you in a few days. I'll be here. Roger Casanova, how I never ran into you there, I don't know. You know a girl I know from Makati. That's pretty common. Like I was saying earlier, it's the Instagram connection scene. Like I meet girls all the time. I'm like, hey, what's your Instagram? I'm with some boys tonight. I'm busy. I'm like, I want to connect though. Like, and then they hit you on your Instagram. They're like, oh, we have 10 friends in common, And then like you're scrolling through. I'm like, which one of these friends did I bang already? Not that we do that. At least I don't do that a lot anymore. But there was a time where I was just like, I need to stop. Like I'm getting a rep. I got a bad rep in Manila. Girls were like, talking about you, sending pictures of you. Like when they're talking about you and sending pictures of you, you've been to the well one too many times. Oh, Secret After Hours is awesome. Well, yes, it is awesome. And it's also my personal nightmare hell. Because really, God, how many nights of the week can you be out till 6 in the morning in smoky secret door? Although they are supposed to be putting an new aircon, new smoke filter system in there. Speaking of which, Sam, if you're still on the stream, I know we have a common friend that he's one of the facilitators of the bar. Did they fucking figure that shit out? Because the last time we were in there, it was hot as fuck. That's the one thing. Like, it's like, look, just aircon your bar, right? Just figure it out. I don't care. I don't care what you need to do. Make sure your damn bar is cold. It's Manila. It's hot. The fact that Bangkok nightlife is shutting up at 1:30. Yeah. Most of Bangkok nightlife will shut down around 1:30 or 2. If you want after hours in Bangkok, you got to know a local. And it's to the point, like, this is bizarre. Like, I kind of liked it. If you have a local showing you around, whether you paid her or not that you couldn't have a regular tour guide, but if you pay the girl or not, she's going to show you speakeasy bars. And like, you need a barcode to get in. Like, you got to scan their little fucking code or whatever it is they call that thing nowadays. And if you have like the right password, like they open the door, you get into the bar. Like that's how much of a science they have after hours down. Speakeasy after hours down to in Bangkok. Right. So plus for Manila, bars are open till 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. Minus for Bangkok, they're not. It's funny you should mention that, Sam. I am a rather hard partier, although I'm slacking back. I don't know if you noticed, I've been starting to drink water halfway through my night or towards the end of my night. Yes, I am fitness driven. You got to be fitness driven. You should see my new ginger lemon drink. It's out of control. My personalized formula of electrolyte water that I mix up and drink like a fish every day. And of course, strength training, right? You got to be strong. You got to keep the fat off, and you got to kill the sugars. But I'll tell you, my one of my friends, I won't mention his name here. We're out the other night. We're at that swank spot, smoking cigars in Solaire, right? A couple of high rollers at the table, right? This guy's like, oh, I run a trucking company. I got 20 trucks. Here's my card. If you want to, said the other guy's like, I do this, international, consortium of who knows what the F they were talking about. And then my friend Ian, I just said his name. I wasn't going to say his name. He points to me like cigars, straight up, looks at me. He goes, yeah, Eric's a professional partier. And I laugh. And he looks at me like, you think I'm joking? He's like, he looked like straight in the eye. He's like, that's exactly what you do. And this is a no joke guy. This is like a, huge businessman in the Philippines, like nice guy, good friend. And he's like, I was just like, I thought about it. I'm like, because when your bro tells you straight up, he's like, no, this is I'm on a level. Like this is legit. This is what you do. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? He's kind of right. Like I have become a professional partier. Not that I ever aspired to be that. And in America, I never went to clubs. I didn't even drink because we like to puff, if you know what I mean. But we don't do that here. So, Sam, thank you for your endorsement. Coming from you, that means a lot because you are also a hard partier that is fitness driven, and you are also a dedicated business professional, and that is to me the trifecta, right? You don't sacrifice work, and you work a lot of hours. Uh, yeah, the dirty air, man. The dirty air is ridiculous. The air in Manila sucks. Like after spending a month in Puerto Galera, I was just like, how can I live in Manila? I do not know Victor, the porn guy, and I probably don't want to. Aircon's going in. Oh, right. He told me they ordered new pool tables when we were at the event party that night. We were talking about that. God, that seems like a while ago. That was you weren't there that night. That was the night I call Red Wave because it was the party was all wear red. So there were like, you know, 8 super hotties there, all decked out in red. And then afterwards, we went to Secret Door, and we went early. So the only thing in the bar are these hot girls in red dresses, like playing pool. I'm like, this is good content. That'll be coming up soon on the channel. Guys, I'm going on 2 hours. I think I covered all the topics for the stream today. There's always, another level, right? But if I was going to recap, it was script and protocol, right? So you need that script when you meet the girl. And the primary goal of the script is to determine if she's a freelancer or not, right? Then you got level 2 script, which is she tells you she's not a freelancer, but she is, and you don't find out till you get back to your room, right? So that is level 2 of the script. And I'll just reiterate that. You're having a good night with her. She already told you she's not a freelancer. Now you're partying in the club. She's drinking at the table. You're having a good time. You're ready to go back to the room. That's when you lay it on her. Thank you so much, Chris Brown. I appreciate that. Chris Brown is not only a channel member, but he is a Videolux community member in the sense that he was in Manila and we threw down. And he has had some of these experiences firsthand, good and bad. Not that he really had bad, but he understands the range of the game now, and we had a good time. So you might not want to wait till the end of the night before you throw the second level of hardcore down on her. Like you might want to get that out of the way. Oh, so you're not a freelancer? All right, cool. Let's party. Let's have a good time tonight. And then like halfway through the night, you got to go up to her again and be like, look, we're having such a good time. I just can't believe this is real. You're not a freelancer? Like straight up, have a straight conversation with her. No beating around the bush. Like you're not working or you're not looking for a client or whatever. So I'll tell her straight up, you're not a freelancer. I'm not your client, right? Or you just like me. We're having fun together. This is good. She'll be like, yeah. And I'd be like, okay, good. Because this is why it's kind of hard to wait. You have to wait to the end of the night because now you're supposing that she's going to come home with you. But like, because if I invite you to come home with me, which is very presupposition, like you almost don't want to turn her off to the fact that you're going to invite her home. You got to find the timing right. But before you bring her home, basically, you got to be like, look, we already had the conversation. You said you're not a freelancer. I'm not your client. I'm going to get freaked out if you ask me for money, because if you ask me for money, I'm going to call security and have you thrown the fuck out, like straight up. At which point, some girls are going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm not for free. And I'm like, you fucking lied to me. Get out. So you need that script, and you need to have the wherewithal to throw down with it. Kiwi Neal, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. That's fantastic. You just gifted 5 Videolux memberships. I had no idea you could do that. That's incredible. Wow. No idea that could be done on YouTube. You think I would know these things. Look, some of you 5 lucky ass mother effers in the stream just got free memberships to Videolux Philippines. So you should be checking my channel page for the extra videos, the secret videos, the not secret, but members only videos. That's incredible, man. That's the first time. All right. So we talked about the scripts, right? And those scripts are primarily designed for you to not get shafted by a freelancer, because what she's counting on is lying to you and getting you back, lying to you, wasting your night, making you think that you have no other options except for her at the end of the night, and that you're just going to be desperate enough to pay for, let's just say, some extra companionship. That's what she's banking on, and you got to be able to shut that down. Your protocol, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, involves when you get her in the fucking elevator, you need to have your audio recorder or your video recorder going, because she might be one of those girls that gets into the room and then she's like, I'm not for free. And then you say, well, sorry, you got to leave. She's like, if you don't pay me, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream that you raped me. Oh, really? Well, if you do that, I'm going to show the security guard the video that I just took of you saying that. And matter of fact, I'm going to call security right now and get you thrown the fuck out unless you get out of my room, bitch. Sorry. I told you sometimes I get triggered. That's the kind of shit that triggers me. Don't mess with my boys, you know? Kiwi Neal, thank you so much, man. That's insane. You guys are insanely generous today. Live stream contributions and gifting memberships. I never had any clue you could do that. All right, next level of script. Where are we at? All right. We determine she's a freelancer. We determine what to do to throw down and make sure if she asks you for money, she knows she's getting thrown out. Now she's going to play the scream game on you. Oh, that's all right. I'll just pretend to scream once he gets me up there. That's why you got that shit recorded. All right. Security throws her out. Yeah, not a great night. It happens. Okay. At least you didn't get fucking scammed by some girl saying, I'm screaming, rape. And now you got to pay her $5,000 for just to walk out the door. And now you're pissed. Like, no. I didn't mean $5,000. I mean 5,000 pesos. But I've had guys that have like been bullied and scared into paying like 50,000 pesos. I am not kidding. You do not want to be in that situation. You're going to have a very mean, very aggressive, very threatening whore in your room. You need your audio or video audio running at all times. That is your protocol. All right. Other protocols, bar girl protocols, right? Understand the rules of the bar. Understand what a bar girl drink costs. Understand what it means to buy her a beer and the difference in the cost between buying her a beer and buying you a beer. Asking straight up questions. Oh, wait, I'm going to buy you a shot. Wait, how much does that cost? Like, the hell do you care if you ask how much it costs? They think you're cheap? Who gives a fuck? You're going to be in that bar, what, once, 3 times in 2 weeks? They'll never see you again. Or they will. Who cares? I ask all the time. Like, someone's like, oh, you want to buy a drink? I'm like, whoa. Want to buy a beer? What do you want? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, oh, I just want a tequila shot. How much is a tequila shot? 350 pesos? All right, sure, I'll buy you a tequila shot. Ask. Get clear on what you're buying. Don't be like Mr. Cool. Be like, man, I got my girl here. Like, get her a beer. You know, like, yeah, they're gonna bring her a beer and charge you $16 for it. And again, when you're with a girl, expect the second girl to come over. She's going to be like, oh, wait. Before we even get there, you walk into the bar, you get swarmed, right? Script is, oh, no. Not right now, ladies. Thank you so much. Very nice. But no, I need to sit down for a minute. I need to collect my thoughts. I need to send some emails on my phone. Can I just get a beer? Can I sit over there and get a beer? Yeah, sure. Okay. No, really, I need 15 minutes. Can I get a beer and just maybe later. So go to Mama Ya. That's what I tell them. And they leave you alone, and then you scope the girl you want. And if you like a girl, say, hey, look, can I buy you a tequila shot? Or ask the mama-san, hey, I want to buy her a tequila shot, 5 minutes later, her friend's going to come over. Oh, this is my friend. You want to buy her a drink? No, that's all right. Very nice to meet you and all, but I really want to focus on you. You're my world tonight. Like, I can't be distracted by your friend. Just you, honey. Now you're not buying 2 girls drinks, and you're not being rude. Those are your basic entry level scripts and protocols, and you really need to be hardcore with them, even with the bar girls. Now, the caveat with the bar girls is a lot of guys will pay for the whole bar girl situation on their phone. So they know they can pay the bar fine on their phone, right? So now there's a record that you paid for the girl to be with you, all right? So she can't do the I'm going to scream. And then you have to negotiate, in Manila at least, you have to negotiate a separate price for whatever it is you want to do with the girl. Like if you just want to take her out to dinner, maybe that's just the price. But if you want, the horizontal mambo all night long and what they used to call around the world, I can't believe I said that. Oh, that's such an old term. Well, yeah, you're going to have to pay her for that in Manila. In places like Boracay, no. In places like, let's say, Angeles used to do, but it's not as much. In Barreto, say, Subic, no. Bar fine is like everything. They just hope that you have such a great night that in the morning you're nice to them, give them a good tip, and maybe buy them breakfast or something. Like, it's a little different no matter where you are in Manila. But the point is before like you start anything, you have your script running. When you get in the elevator with her or you get in the room with her, you're recording and say, all right, look, so I paid the bar fine for you to be with me tonight. So great. It was wonderful to meet you. But we agreed on 4,000 pesos for everything tonight, right? Yes, we agreed on 4,000 pesos. Okay, good, great. That way, later on, at the end of the night, she's like, I want 10,000. No, we agreed on 4,000. If you don't give me 10,000, I'm going to scream. You know what? I'm going to call security right now and play back the audio of you saying we agreed on 4,000 and have you thrown out. You need a protocol. You need something because no one's going to back you up when you're alone in a hotel room. And she'll just tell the security guard, look, I'll give you half, and then she still makes out better than, it's on payment on the app, can send super chats or membership, 1, 5, 20, 50, or 100 memberships. Jeez, that's nuts. Figures YouTube would go that route. Gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all today for your generous live stream donations, the super chats, and this cool new feature where you can actually gift with video memberships. You know what? I should do that. I should gift video memberships to people that join the live chat. That's fantastic. So Kiwi Neal is a channel member, and he is scheduled. We've done a consultation, and we have a nightlife tour planned for February, and we talk occasionally. Like you might have a question, it'll pop up, or you might have an idea or whatever. Like now that we're sort of connected and have that relationship, like that's why I call it the Videolux community. And I never intended it for it to be this. I didn't know that YouTube would start memberships, and I didn't know that memberships would turn into friendships and networking opportunities and all these things. But it has. So you leverage the power of what you got and you make it into something your own. And the Videolux community is growing. I just put up that webpage that talks about the consultations and the nightlife tours and stuff. And it has this like AI generated blog on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like it's a cool website builder and stuff. So all the information you put in for your website and all the copy that you write for your website, it takes it and then AI reconstitutes it into blog posts. And I'm like, I didn't write this. That's not my picture on there, But interestingly enough, I mean, it's a little campy, but it's professionally written, and it doesn't deviate from what you wrote. It just rewrites it. So it's like having a blog on your page. I'm like, no, get rid of all that shit. Let me post actual pictures of all the lads I've taken out over the last 2 years. Like you want a what do they call that? A testimonial. They say testimonial sell. I'm like, nah. Pictures, 1,000 words. Like me with these boys, me with these boys, me with these boys, me with these boys and girls. This guy with the girl. There's so much. That's Sam. That's why I was sending you those pictures the other night, because I was going through all my old archive photos, my photo dumps from every month, and renaming them and stuff. And I came across those. That was a fun night. All right, 2 hours in. That's usually my limit for the live stream. Last chance for questions, comments, considerations, super chats, memberships, whatever you guys want. Let's go. And then I'm going to wrap it up. I got a full day, and I got a nightlife tour. So Sam, if you're still in the chat, let's talk about this weekend. We got a lot of opportunities for you to join. And I have a request if you're considering joining, and that would be for Friday night. very simple. I'll message you later. And I hope you guys enjoyed uh, scripts and protocols today. I feel like I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm going to do a special, someone suggested, dude, you should do a PowerPoint presentation on all this shit, lay it out for your bros, and anyone who joins the channel. You join the channel, you get my free PowerPoint presentation of how not to get fucking screwed or how to get screwed right in Manila. Like, and that's a fantastic idea, and I'm actually going to work on that. Put together a PDF and or a PowerPoint, and that will be the first topic. Evergreen content is king. I'm actually working on a series right now. It's a 10 video series called. Actually, I haven't really named it yet, or maybe I'm forgetting that name. But basically, it's the concept called how to move to the Philippines or how to visit the Philippines. So there's like 3 levels to it. It's like I'm visiting, I'm living, I'm a baller. Like, you want to visit the Philippines? All right, watch these 5 videos. You want to live in the Philippines? All right, watch these 7 videos. You want to be a motherfucking baller in the Philippines? All right, watch these 10 videos. Like, uh, granted, ballers are ballers. You might not need a video to ball because you just got money that you can throw down and ball. So maybe that won't be so valuable to you, but maybe you're the kind of baller that's like, you know what? Why should I spend 10K when I can spend 3K? Sure, I'll watch the videos. Like, even just like, ballers will pay someone to deal with their headaches. So you can pay someone in Manila to deal with your headaches, or you can buy my series and sit down and watch it and avoid those headaches entirely. All right, Kiwi Neil, we'll catch up. The rest of you guys, I got guys coming in like this week and next week. Let's have a great time. Thank you for joining the stream today. Thanks for driving the chats. Consider channel membership, subscribing, all that good stuff. Thank you all again for the live stream contributions and the free memberships. Guys, with the free memberships, that's fantastic. And thank you again, Kiwi Neil, for that. Take advantage of your free membership. Check out some of the free videos on the channel. Playlists are on the main screen. From Manila, this is VideoLux Philippines. Learn your scripts, understand your protocols, have an amazing time. Schedule a consultation if you're coming. Talk next week.